بسم الله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه وولاه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, last two sessions. This is the third session, Iman, right? And then we have
yes, that's correct.
Q&A today or next time? We'll see.
So next time, inshallah. Next time, inshallah.
We are still with talking about the different roles of a person according to the way of Allah Azza wa Jal and the Sunnah of our beloved Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, dealing with the current affairs, with this culture, with this circumstances, with the challenges that we have. And we emphasized on the importance of following principles rather than dealing with issue by issue approach. What I mean by that, Sheikh, I have a problem with my teenage son. Another, Sheikh, I have a problem with my teenage daughter. Sheikh, I have a problem with my wife. Sheikh, I have a problem with this. Is this the only problem in your life? The answer is no. Is this problem is just the core of everything in your life? The answer will be also no. What caused that? You will always trace it back and you will find that it is a value issue. Value issue. That's why in psychology they ask people sometimes the question is like, what is the most important thing in your life? You say, my kids. And why is that? Because, you know, my kids are like the future of this society. Now, this is a higher value, right? But that's not the highest value. And why you care about that? Why it's important for you to raise your kids properly? Because they are the future of the society. So if they say that because, you know, I want to please Allah, that means you are raising your kids to please Allah. Then that's your higher value or the highest value. Now you have to work accordingly. So whenever it comes to raising your children, anything relating to your children, you're going to ask yourself the question first. Is this act pleasing to Allah? How would I know it's pleasing to Allah? I learn. Now I know it's pleasing to Allah. How should I do it? I do it like that. Is there any role model? Yes, there's a role model. Now what if I do the challenges? I have challenges. Don't forget that you're raising your children to please Allah. You do not own them. They don't necessarily have to go according to what you want. Is it pleasing to Allah or not? You see? So always you have to find your highest value in things. We all, our highest value is to please Allah. But you have to go back, reverse engineering. So our problem is not that we want to please Allah or not. That's not our problem. Our problem is how we please Allah Azza wa Jal. That's our problem. So father have an issue with their children, or a sibling have an issue with their brother or sister, or employer have a problem with their employee, or an employee have a problem. Imam have a problem with the administration. The administration have a problem. The people have a problem with their imam. The imam have a problem with the people following. Husband, wife, this, that. So ask ourselves, what does this relationship means? Like, who are they to me? Who are you to me? You're my students. What does that mean? Am I teaching you because, yeah, you know, I'm getting some benefit? Yeah, I'm getting some benefit. But why I'm getting some benefit? Because I needed it. So are you teaching because you needed it? No. What I'm teaching is priceless. It does not have money, but I'm getting paid for the time I'm spending. Okay? So this is out of the way now. So this class is not because of money, but it gets me money. You know what I mean? So it gets me money, but it's not because of money. If I don't need money, then I'll stay teaching the class, even though there is no money. You see, because I have the higher value, clear. So teaching the class here is for another reason. What are the benefits that comes from it? Alhamdulillah, those benefits can change based on my need, all right? But that's not why I'm teaching the class. I know it's confusing a little bit, but if you think about it, is this concept clear or not clear? Somebody can raise your hand and say, repeat it or give more examples. Because I really want to emphasize on that very concept, you know. There's a difference between Why are you doing something and what are you getting from that thing? Is that clear for everybody? If you're quiet, means it's clear. If it's not clear, raise your hand and say, it's not clear. Go ahead, tell me what did you understand? Sister Sarah, USA. Can you unmute her, Ayman? Or she can unmute herself. Go ahead.
Yeah. How to say? Sheikh, could you please give me more examples?
Okay. All right. So, do you work? Do you have a job?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just a housewife.
Okay, good. So when you want to do something, like you want to do something, you get benefit out of it, right? Meaning, I'll give you another example. Beside me teaching a class, me going visiting a friend. Okay, I will come visit you and your husband. I'm coming, I'm visiting you, or I'm coming to an invitation, a wedding invitation. Why am I going there? You invited me for dinner. Why am I going there? For the dinner or for the invitation? You see, I go for the invitation, means you are valuable to me. Because many people invite me as a sheikh, many people will invite me. Everybody in the masjid want me to have dinner with them. But when I responded to someone, what does that mean? It means there's more value, or there is something in that. So there is a value I'm going for. What do I get there? I get tea, I get a dinner, I get food, I get dessert. I have spent some time I enjoy. Those things I got from my visit. But why did I do the visit? Not for those things. Yani if I go visit that person and he did not offer me dinner, fine. Sheikh, please come spend some time with me. So I'm going there to spend some time with them because they are dear to me and this is the value. But they give me tea, alhamdulillah. But what if they didn't give me tea? I will not go again. I said that my visitation was not good. No. Right? So I'm teaching this class. This class is part of my work at Masjid Salam. This is a working hour for me. No. Somebody can say, but this is part of your job. Yeah, because I need the money. I need the salary. So I am agreeing with them. I agree with them that I will spend 40 hours a week or 30 hours a week working and you give me this amount of money. All right, because I have a need now. So that comes because I'm teaching the class. I'm teaching the class and paying me money. But what if I have that money? I do not need that money anymore. I don't need this job at this masjid. I don't need that job for 30 hours and I get that paycheck. So, okay, alhamdulillah, I'm a millionaire now. Make dua for me. So I'm a millionaire now. I don't need money. Do you think I should continue teaching this class? I want Sister Rafida to answer that.
Well, Bismillah. I know you. And
okay.
I know your passion.
Okay.
I know your value and I know your worth. And I don't think any amount of money will stop you from teaching because you don't equate teaching to money. You equate teaching to enhancement and empowerment of people to do better in life. Because the end goal is the Jannah. The end goal is people to understand the deen. That is your motivation, not the money.
Right. That's why I'm saying that the money is for the time I'm spending because I don't have income. I'm sharing with you this, not on a personal level, I'm sharing it for a practical level, but I am the one that in front of you here. So I am applying it to myself. I am here at this moment now, not because what I get paid for. I can do other things. Like I can tell the masjid, I can do other things. I can do counseling at this time and all of that. But I want to teach sisters a class. I want to teach the sisters a class for a reason, for them to be something, for the community to benefit on the long run. That's my goal. Now, do I get money out of it or not? That's based on my need. But what I want is not what I need. What I need is to eat, to food, to dress, to this, and for that I need money. But what I want to please Allah Azza wa Jal from that. So there is a difference between what I need and what I want. So I want you as a da'i or as a sister or someone who practices Islam or someone, that what you want is to please Allah. Your needs will come because of that or not. And you can go get a job, right? And you can do this, you can do that, or you can get paid from this very work, not volunteer. But if you have a chance, if you have money and you can volunteer, alhamdulillah. Okay, President of the Islamic Society of Greater Houston, he's volunteering. He has a job and he's volunteering, alhamdulillah. Now, if he does not have time, he would do something else. Now, if he does not have a job, this will not fit. It will not fit, because to run a society or to run the masjid, you have to be volunteer. But if I don't have a job, why should I volunteer? By that time, I should do something else. Is this making them less of a Muslim? No. So there is a need and there is a want. I wanted to please Allah, but I have to feed my family. So I have to find a job. So I please Allah by doing that job for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, even though I'm getting money. Relationship, how you please Allah in it. Forget what are the benefits. Benefits are going to come, okay? With the husband and wife relationship, with the father and children relationship, with anything. So the ultimate goal is Jannah. How you get to Jannah is to please Allah Azza wa Jal. How are you going to please Allah Azza wa Jal? With the relationship that you have. So benefits are going to come. Don't say that, okay, I am getting benefits from here, so my intention is disturbed now. I'm not doing it sincerely. No, I get lots of money from this job while I'm pleasing Allah, because this is a benefit. That's not what I'm working for. I'm giving a khutbah. I'm giving a Friday speech. And after Friday's speech, every single person lined up and said, Sheikh, great khutbah, mashallah, I loved it, I did this. Should they say like, no, I'm not going to give khutbah anymore because people keep thanking me and praising me? No. Did I give khutbah for that reason? If I give khutbah for that reason, for people to line up and that gives me joy, then I should not give khutbah. That was the reason. But when it is a benefit, it's a benefit that's coming. I did not work for that benefit, but benefit came. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. You're raising your children. You're doing your best. Why? To get paid back from them? No, I'm doing it for Allah. If they, alhamdulillah, grow up and take care of me, great. If they don't, alhamdulillah, they take care of the children. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. No problem. That's not what I'm working for. I'm working to please Allah Azza wa Jal. Now you know why I'm telling you that divorce is going high for something easy to be fixed. Why are you married? Who are they to you? Why you have children? Who are they to you? Your parents, who are they to you? Your siblings, who are they to you? Coming to the masjid, who are this jama'ah to you? Someone who's helping you to be closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. Focus on that one. That is what you want. How you invest in this relationship to please Allah Azza wa Jal. That is your focus. Otherwise, everybody is defective. Everybody has shortcomings. That's why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, when a man marries a woman, إن كره منها خلقا رضي منها آخر. Yani if he does not like something from her, he likes something else. And it applies to women. If you do not like something about your husband, you like something else. Why would you do that? Why? Forget about love and that kind of thing. No, forget about that. I'm talking about practically here, rationally. Why, when there is a person you're dealing with that you don't like something, and for sure there is some behavior you do not like about me, and there's some behavior I don't like about you. No, this is a fact. But why should I look to the things that I like? With everything you do, I'm happy, and everything you don't is absolutely right. That would be hypocrisy. I'm sorry. But and the same thing, I come late sometimes. Sometimes you did not do your homework. Okay, here you go. There's something that you do not like, right? But what would make you, instead of focusing on that, according to the advice of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you look to what you like. Oh, but I benefit a lot. Oh, but those students are dedicated. Oh, but that teacher is doing his best. Oh, but those students, mashallah, they are like, good mothers and all. So, what is the reason? I overlook this and I focus on the good things. Even though there is an issue, but It is not about my likes and dislikes. It's about the relationship. And that relationship is to please Allah. So I need it. I need it. I need it because it is my way to Jannah. So I need it. So I need to maintain it. I don't need to sever it. Because if I sever every relationship, it means I don't have to live in this world. Why? Because you sever a relationship because you're liking and disliking, you're going to find yourself involved in another relationship. You know, marriage relationship, now you're a single father or mother, you have to deal with the children and the society as a single person. Your children got out, now you have to have a relationship with the employer-employee. You got retired, you have to have a relationship with your grandkids. This, you have a relationship with your neighbors. And always you will find a relationship somewhere. What are you going to do, inshallah? Based on your liking and disliking, sever every relationship? So why are you in this life? Huh? Why are you in this life? And then in your grave, you're going to have a long-term relationship with the angels of Rahmah or angels of Azab. Relationship is, since Allah created us, khalas, there's a relationship. So is it some based on your liking and disliking? You're not going to survive. Wallahi, you're not going to survive in any relationship. And if you survive miserably. So that's why likes and dislikes. What makes me and you balance it? If this I don't like, there is 3 things I like. You know, in therapy, when people have a problem in the relationship, they tell them to, for every, like this is something I tell people, like when they come and they say, you know, she does this, or he does that, or they do this, or that. I said, for every time you are going to complain about something, I want you to write 3 good things. He comes late from work and he does not spend enough time with me. I want you to write 3 things. Oh, he's a good father. He's a generous person. And he smiles a lot. All right, great. What's next? Now they do not want to complain anymore because they have to count 3 things. Like that one, you know. They mention like 2 things. They don't go beyond that. Imagine, you know what I'm talking about, right? This is kind of reverse psychology, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, you know, I tell them every time you complain, you mention 3 good things. It is not the problem that they're going to run out of good things. Now they start seeing there is a lot of good things. Actually, for every bad thing, you will find 10 good things, but you're not seeing them. You are focusing on what? The bad thing. Allah said, فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ فَعَسَى أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Yani if you hate them for something, maybe you hate someone, but Allah make خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا in them. Yani, can a relationship survive the feeling of displeasure? Yes. You know, some people said, you know, I don't love her anymore. I don't love him anymore. I said, so? What do you mean, so, Sheikh? I said, is every relationship in this world based on love? No. No. You know, people fight, have war. 2 nations have war. That relationship is important, by the way. You know, because each one of them is making weapons and there are families eating from that. War is bad in itself, but that relationship is going until peace comes, and then they have to build. So families will eat from building as well. Well, Allah Azza wa Jal look at things not the way we look at things, right? So when you look, because we are narrow-minded, okay, I want you to cook this meal for me. You did not cook this meal for me, I'm happy with you. I want you to take me to the movies. You did not take me to the movies, then I'm not happy with you at that night. Khalas, that's it. Is the relationship based on the movies or the dish? Ya akhi, ajib amrukum wallahi. I was like that too, by the way, and I'm part of this culture as well. But then you start thinking, when you're out of the picture, you start thinking, ooh, wow. So we were like that materialistic, that narrow vision. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Narrow vision. You focus on that thing by thing. My relationship is based on today's affairs. That relationship is much bigger than that. When we started that relationship, when I have a child, that relationship much bigger than that. That child is going to grow up and become a father or a mother, and they're going to have children, and the children have children. So that's until Yawm al-Qiyamah. So what I'm doing for that child, it affects them and their offspring until Yawm al-Qiyamah. Now it's a bigger deal now. What I do with them is different. What they do with me is different. That's why I have to have patience. I have to talk to them. I have to accept, the package. What would make you look at the good things while there are bad things? What the relationship means to you. And we said that the relationship is to please Allah, then we go to Jannah. So we go to Jannah, have to please Allah, then I have to see that relationship. How that relationship will make me please Allah. That connection, that bridge is all our life. So a series of lectures is not going to solve it, but a concept. You have it in your head. Why this relationship is pleasing to Allah, of what I do in it. So how should I invest in it to please Allah? Now problems will be solved, or problems will stay. And sometimes we say a problem will stay. Somebody have addiction problem. People will lie to you if they tell you that a rehab will bring a person back to the state of mind and health and emotional like they were before they experiment with the substance of addiction. No way. There is no way in the world that you lost someone, for example, dear to you, that you will come back whole as you were while they were around. Can anybody challenge that? No. A person divorced, there is no way they are going to be as whole as they were before marriage or during marriage. Even they had misery in their marriage. But after divorce, they cannot come back when they were single before marriage. No, you got married, you're not single anymore. You got divorced, you're not married anymore. That's a new stage of your life. You can become, you take care of your health more and everything, but your mental state, your emotional state, that experience is part of your life now, with its good and bad. So you have to live with it. Huh? Someone said, Sheikh, I have a problem with my father. My mother, I'm sorry. Few years ago, or something like that, mother, and she's abusive, and she did this, and said, okay, and now I'm in mid-30s, and my mom 60 or something, and I said, okay, now what? I know, but I'm telling him now what? So I don't know how to deal with this. I cannot forgive her from inside of my heart. I said, and do you want? It's going to become harder to do that. He said, what do you mean? I said, to think that you're going to forgive her, you can say, I forgive you, but to feel that your heart has forgiven, and now you look at your mom the way that when a child who were never abused, look at their mom, you'll be wrong. I'm telling you, the end of it. He said, wow, nobody told me that before. Everybody said, by time you're going to get over. I said, no, you're not going to get over. Your behavior has to change. Your behavior with your mom has to change. You have to go smile. You have to say, I forgive you. And you have to act accordingly. What is in your heart is a different case. Allah will not tell you have to change your heart and get that thing out of it. Like Jibreel alayhi salam opened the chest of the Prophet and got the dark thing out, which is like the shaitan's part. This is not going to happen with you. The way that you like with people, the way that you dislike with people, the way you like and dislike with people, this is not going to change. So he said, Wallah, Sheikh, 10 years now, he said, Sheikh, my mother passed away and all of that, and I never feel happier in my heart that what advice that you give me, that I treated her right and everything. And before she died, she was happy with me. And she said, please forgive me and all of this kind of things. And I'm dying happy with you, my son, and may Allah give you the best and all of that. I said, how about your heart now? He said, I'm still suffering inside from what she did. I said, I understand. Keep it to yourself. I hope this concept is clear. Two concepts now we learned. One is what you want and what you need. What you want is to please Allah Azza wa Jal. The needs will come, but do not make needs the reason for you to do the acts that pleases Allah. You got it? That concept? Huh? I hope that concept is clear. You are married. You are with your husband to please Allah Azza wa Jal. Now what your husband does is another thing. He gives you money, he takes you to movies, he do this, he do that. If he doesn't do one thing, he does the other, and so on and so forth. All right? But you are not with him because of that need. Because of that need stops, People divorce. Oh, I need him to love me and hug me and say honey and say baby and all of that. If he doesn't say it, miserable. I want to leave him. Why? Because marriage for you was that. Oh, he's not spending, he's miser, he's bakhil, he's this and that, and if he's not spending, I need to leave him for that. Oh, she was gorgeous, she was beautiful, she was like smiling to me when I come, she was doing this, and now she has children, she does not give me the attention that I leave her for that. You see? Now, if the marriage is impossible for you to please Allah, then yeah, leave it. Yani the acts of the husband and wife reach to a level that interferes with you pleasing Allah, then we have to talk about that. Because the marriage is to please Allah. And if I cannot, then we separate to please Allah. We try our best to keep it. I don't want you to mix the concepts here. But the idea is, do not make your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your employer, with your neighbors, based on the benefit that you get from them. There are benefits, yes. You enjoy the benefits, absolutely. You want the benefits to continue, of course, no problem. But is that relationship based on that benefit? Should not be. Should not be. Relationship based on benefits exist. And I go to the post office, I get a book of stamps, I pay the money. If your relationship get based on the benefit only, that's fine. We're talking about the core relationships of society. Still, yet you can make it to please Allah. I am paying money to the government, so things are pleasing Allah also, but this is further. So that's the first concept. First concept is there are benefits and there are reason, cause, goal. I benefit from this class, right? But that's not why I'm teaching the class. I'm teaching the class for a higher goal, the value. And I want you to do the same thing. I'm attending this class for a higher goal and value. It's not for a name, for the ijaza, for a certificate. This will come. It is part of the class that you're going to get a certificate. Alhamdulillah. But what if I don't issue a certificate for this class? I benefited a lot. I can write a book out of this class. I listen to the recording and transcribe them and I write a book. Benefit also that comes. But is this why you are attending the class? No. I'm attending the class to be a better servant of Allah Azza wa Jalla. That's the first concept, and I hope it's clear with examples I give. Second concept, negativities not necessarily will disappear. No, they have sometimes part of your life you have to cope with them, like a tumor, like a problem, like diabetes, like high blood pressure, like cholesterol, like cancer, something. It depends. Cancer is a huge thing, not as bad as cholesterol, not as diabetes. Everyone has a degree, but they are something that you live with, and we are all gonna die. Gonna die because of cancer, they're gonna die because of a flu, gonna die because of an accident, they're gonna die plane crash, or gonna die just on our bed. We're gonna die. So those things I have to deal with now. Instead of keep crying and say, oh, now I'm having this. Okay, you're sad, yes, but deal with it. Cope with the situation. If you cannot erase it, you try to avoid it. If you cannot avoid it, avoid it. If you cannot avoid it, try to get rid of it. If you cannot get rid of it, try to minimize it. If you cannot minimize it, try to cope with it. Tolerate. Coping mechanisms. For negative stuff, it's going to be there, but you have to know how to deal with it. So your behavior have to change. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a person comes and then, he said, oh, what a bad person now I have to meet with. Bi'sa akhul ashira, one of the hypocrites. Then when he entered, the person entered, he put like the blanket for him to sit, and he smiled at his face and listening to him, and he left. So said Aisha said, Ya Rasulullah, qulta ma qulta, fa'alta ma fa'alta. You said something and you did something else. So the Aisha, the worst of people with Allah Azza wa Jal, Yawm al-Qiyamah, are the ones that you avoid for their bad manners. See, I feel bad about that person, but I don't have to behave accordingly. See, so sometimes a person with you in a relationship, but they have some issues. So look at the good ones. And if you could not cope with it, try for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. If it is can be continuous, continue. Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said, if every two people separate and sever the relationship because of differences, there will be no two people on the face of this earth together. Again, He said, if everyone severed the relationship with someone that they disagree with, there would be no two people together. Today I was talking to my daughter about vocabulary, and we're talking about consistent and constant. She says they are the same. I said, no, they're not the same. She said, but they're synonyms. I said, I know, but what's the definition of the word synonym? Synonyms means two words carrying the same meaning, but they have different other variations of application. She said, yeah. I said, then they are not the same. There are no two things identical. If they are identical, means it's one thing. I said, but twins are. I said, but they have to have a difference. One hair extra, something in the skin. There has to have something. So there is not identical. There are no two words identical. Otherwise, it has to be one word. But if you have synonyms, that means each one of them have different usage. Even one application only is different. So constant, something like there. But consistent can be intermittent. Like I go to the masjid consistently, not constantly, consistently. I go to the masjid. So I go once a week, but it's consistent. But constant, this desk is in this room. It's constant, right? You cannot say consistent. Consistent doesn't give the exact meaning here. This desk exists in this room consistently, no, constantly. So I'm saying, like, there is no identical things. People have to differ in something. They have to differ in something. No two sheikhs the same. No father and the son, or father and daughter are the same. No mother is the same. No husband or wife are identical. No two people are different. Allah Azza wa Jalla said that in the Quran. ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين إلا من رحم ربك ولذلك خلقهم. يعني Allah Azza wa Jalla said that if Allah wants, He would have made people identical. But Allah made them مختلفين in different things. But agreement in the Aqidah, agreement is required. إلا من رحم ربك ولذلك خلقهم. Allah agreed them to be different. But then He said, the one Aqidah will unite you in that aspect, but you are different in many other aspects. I'm going to ask you a question now. Do you think that there are two people who pray the same? I think, my belief, if all the Muslims in the whole wide world stand there to pray, each one of them will be different from the other one. They're different, right? Their form is different. Their hands are not the same length. Their back is not the same. Feet are not the same. Speed is not the same. Agility is not the same. Age is not the same. So they cannot pray the same. But in general, the guidelines, they are doing ruku'. They are doing sujood. But they are not like robots, same measurements. Yeah. Even the land under them will not be the same. فاختلاف here is okay, manageable. But the agreement in certain things. So I hope the concept is understood, those two concepts in any relationship. Because once you understand the relationship, you'll know your role. And that's the part that all this series is about. You know why? To please Allah, then I go to Jannah. Reverse engineering. How do I please Allah? That is the deen now, learning it. Then you go and see who you are. I'm a father, I'm a Muslim, I'm a male, I'm a sheikh, I'm a hafiz. There are different capacities. Then in each of those capacities, I relate with others. How I'm going to invest in that to please Allah? I have needs and I want to please Allah. But there are needs. I need to eat, I need to drink, I need to have a house, I need to take care of my children, I need to do this. Now, what am I doing is because of that? Not necessarily. Yeah, I have a job to get money. But what do I do in the job is to please Allah. So how can I accommodate? If I get money from someone else, I'll still please Allah. And that's what will show. That's why I would say your ikhlas. If you do something in front of the people different from when you do it alone by yourself, then you have a problem. If you pray in front of the people better than when you pray alone, you have a problem. So that's why I say, as Sister Rafida was mentioning, and I hope I am, according to that, inshallah, according to what she thinks about me and many of you, that I pray to Allah Azza wa Jalla, Ya Allah, give me a source of income so I can do this nicely and better freely. So I have more time to prepare, I have more time to plan, I have to write books, and I have to do programs, and I have to make like an institution for the family. That's my dream. I want to have an institution for the family that in Houston, and people can copy it all over the world. I want an institution for the family, like to take care of everyone, child, they have some program, older, elder program, teenager program, man and woman and family, they come together, there's sports, there's this and that. That's my head now. Now, how it's going to happen, this is an Allah's ghaib. But my issue is like one-stop shop place for the family to have good time and learn and all that. Not necessarily too much, but they have a good time. So they function as a family. They come out functioning as a family. Oh, I go there, that's what I need. I need to drink coffee in a good, nice environment. There is coffee. I need to have a haircut in a good environment. You have that. I need to exercise, you have that. So that's that institution, not necessarily in one place, but that institution can give you those resources and take care of you. So that's my first dream. My second dream is that my house and the masjid are a walking distance. Anywhere in the world, I don't care. But I want my house that I walk to the masjid for the remainder of my life. Those are the two things. So I'm praying to Allah Azza Jalla that I need the source of income to enable me to do that. So basically, I'm not here for the paycheck and all of that. No, I want to actually do this better, do this more often. Because I have a paycheck, to give a class here and a class here and a class here and a class here. Because this is a requirement of the society. But when I have a source of income, then I'll focus more on how to make my da'wah better, more focused, more comprehensive, more intensive, good for everybody. I want you to do the same. In a relationship, once you decide, then you will know your role in it. My role is a mother. Yeah, I'm a wife, but I'm a mother. I'm a father, but I'm a husband. We are a couple, but we are parents. I'm employee, but I have a family. So this adjusts everything. If I'm not happy with my job, do I have an alternative? No, so I'll be patient for the sake of my children, and so on and so forth. Now, time and health. And this is something I want to, toward the end of this series. Time and health. How you incorporate this into our subject here, like in different capacities. Look at your time, how you spend it, and look at your health, how you use it. And when I said by health, you are always healthier than tomorrow. Yeah, because you're going to get older tomorrow. Next year, 10 years from now, I'm not the same person. So I'm in my late 40s. 10 years from now, if I'm still alive, I'm in late 50s. It's never going to be the same. And 20 years, I'm in late 60s. It's never going to be the same. And things will deteriorate faster. After you reach 50, then the things will go faster. Like from 30 to 50, from like 40 to 50, the progression is slow. From 50 to 60 is exponential, faster. From 60 to 70 is like 3 times faster than it was. And from 70 to 80 is like 10 times faster than before. Okay? So this is the idea. So my health now, what I do with it. So when you actually go exercise, you do it for the sake of Allah Azza Jal. So you can maintain your health. So in the next decade, you can do better things that normally people don't do at that time. So siha, your health, your diet, your sleeping habits, your physical habits. Those are very important, and you use them for the sake of Allah to fulfill your role. How can I function as a sheikh if I'm not healthy? How can I function as a father and as a mother when I'm stressed and I'm not healthy? You say, oh, because of the kids. Okay, because of the kids, now what are you going to do? You're going to get sick, so you're not going to get the help the kids that you care about. So stop being a victim. And al-faragh, al-sihha wal-faragh, the time, how you use your time. Always see, if you're going to watch a movie, those 2 hours are going to be wasted. Doesn't matter how good is the movie. So you better have like 4 or 5 hours on the other side that you are going to do something good. You watch a movie for 2 hours, you read Quran for 6 hours that week. It's like, you know, when we eat something sweet and you are exercising, you exercise extra, right? You go, you know, that's an extra hour in the gym. I want you to do the same thing with using time. That's why the Sheikh told one person who said that I always get late for Fajr. I wake up for Fajr. He said, every time you wake up for Fajr, you have to put $100 in the masjid. If you want to Jama'ah, if you miss the Jama'ah, put $100. If you wake up late, that's another $100. So he said, I paid it only once. One time for waking up late, one time for missing the Jama'ah. For that, for 20 years, I never missed. So, yeah, because sometimes when you put like a loss, a material loss, you'll do good things. If you lose, people come here and wanted to speak to me about a counseling issue, and man, do they talk! They never stop talking. They talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they tell me things that happened 20 years ago. I said, you know, listen, brother, listen, sister. If you think you're going to share with me every single event that happened, then I need 20 years to listen to the 20 years of suffering that you had. And if you are smart and summarize them, at least I need 20 hours. If you are like so smart, at least I need 20 hours, 1 hour for every year. If you're going to summarize every year in 1 hour, which needs a genius, then it needs 20 hours. I don't have 20 hours. You have 20 minutes. Okay? So when I say 20 minutes, everybody comes really to the point. And when I said, okay, pay this to the masjid, oh my God, they will send an email, mashallah, organized and everything. And they come here and they said, you know, I have 30 minutes, free 30 minutes. And then after that, you have to pay for every hour to the masjid, as long as I'm in the masjid. If I'm outside of the masjid, you have to reserve through my office and you pay. Like you pay the psychiatrist, the lawyer, the doctor, everything. And if you cancel the appointment, you pay also. So half of what you paid, it's not going to be refundable. And now, mashallah, everybody comes with the case ready. There are 2 big sheikhs in Houston. They transfer all the marriage problem cases to me now. See, 2. That they said now we are so relieved, Sheikh Mamdouh, from the 2021, since 2021 began, we're so relieved. Whenever somebody says, oh, I have a divorce case, I have a khul'a case, I have a, go to Sheikh Mamdouh. They come to me, they get a form. 1, 2, 3, that's what you're going to do, so I can listen to you. Done. Most of the people, they get the 30 minutes free and I don't see them again. So what I'm trying to say is time and health, and then put a value if you do not do that thing. Then you'll find yourself on the straight path. Now, it's very, very important that we understand those concepts. Let me summarize. 1, our ultimate goal is to get to Jannah. How are we going to get to Jannah? By pleasing Allah, maghfirah from Allah. How are you going to please Allah Azza wa Jal? You look to whatever capacity you have, whatever relationship you have. What's your capacity? I am a male, I am a Muslim, I am a sheikh, I am a husband, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a son. Look to your capacity. And then every capacity have a relationship. So Jannah, please Allah, my capacity. What is my capacity? I am a male. Being a male, I am going to deal with other males and other females, old and young. I am a Muslim. I'm going to deal with Muslims and non-Muslims. I am a husband. That means I have a wife. I am a father. That means I have children. I have neighbors. I have parents. I have this, I have that. So decide the capacity and then what relationship that capacity brings. How to use that capacity and that relationship to please Allah so you can get to Jannah. That needs lots of learning, and that bridge needs lots of learning and lots of progress. How I do that? Use your time properly, use your health properly. What if I fail? Put something that as a gharama or as a fine. That every time I'm going to miss that, I'm going to read an extra juz of the Quran. I'm going to give zakah, give extra sadaqah. I'm going to go to the masjid. I'm going to pray tahajjud. It doesn't matter why you are doing it. Your intention is still for Allah Azza wa Jal, but you assign yourself something extra. If you miss, you're still going to do something good. And if you do it, you're still doing something good. So don't think that, oh, I'm doing tahajjud because of that. Yes, because that is good. And if you don't do it, you do another good. So you are a winner at all cases. So this is a summary of how you get to please Allah Azza wa Jalla. Now, at the end of all of that, after all of that is clear, ultimate goal is Jannah. I cannot go to Jannah without pleasing Allah. How I'm going to please Allah? Look at my capacity. And my capacity brings relationships. Then, I'm going to use my time and health. Now I have to know the duties. It's very simple. If you actually want to please Allah, then you will see the list of the things that pleases Allah. As-salah, was-sawm, was-sadaqah, sidq, wal-amana, truthfulness, with this, good smile, all of that. That maintains every relationship actually. Then you just need the manual of the job. That's all. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We finish, Alhamdulillah. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect you all. Is there any question for today? We have about 5 minutes, and then I have to go get ready for Salah. And then next week, all of it is for Q&A in this regard. So anything, listen to all the recordings, and I'm going to find the first recording. Inshallah, I'm going to send it to Sister Sidi today. And listen to them carefully, take your points, and if you find anything missing or you need more clarification, the whole hour next week is for that, inshallah Rabbil Alameen.